Hey guys, welcome back. It is super nasty here today in Kentucky. Raining, cats and dogs all day. I'm tucked up underneath our lean-to here, right by our rabbitry. And today, I'm going to share with you my #1 tip for saving money, lots of money, on your farm's infrastructure. Okay guys, look, when we're moving to our homestead and we're setting up shop, our main expense is gonna be the infrastructure. Setting up your animals' housing, setting up your gardens, setting up your brooder, your fences. And if you're like me and you move on to a homestead with absolutely zero infrastructure, you're gonna be stuck with the cost of building that yourself. So today I'm gonna share with you my tip for saving lots of money on that infrastructure. And what's that tip? Is reusing material, repurposing material. It may be something that you already have, it may be something that you have to go find, but guys, sourcing used material for your jobs will save you lots and lots of money. Okay guys, today I'm gonna take you around the farm and give you guys a kind of an MTV Cribs look of some of our infrastructure. All right guys, first up is our pig house. All right guys, I'm standing inside this pig house to get away from the rain. This pig house is 8 by 8. It is really simple construction. Barn wood and old barn tin on the bottom. Guys, I'm always searching Craigslist ads for materials. I was able to find someone selling an entire trailer load of old barn wood for $50. I used that barn wood to construct both this pig house and a few other of the infrastructure that you're going to see today. Total cost on this pig house, 8 by 8, it's about 6.5 foot tall, less than $70. I had $50 in the wood all together, and we didn't use all the wood on this, so it may be less than $70. We got about $20 worth of barn tin on it. So guys, $70 gets you an 8 by 8 pig house. If you shop responsibly, if you're constantly looking on Craigslist, you can find these deals, guys, just like I do. Guys, a typical 8 by 8 structure like this would easily cost you $1,000 if you went and sourced this material new. So guys, keep your eyes open. Guys, next up on our farm tour of our infrastructure is our goat pen. All right guys, I'm tucked away inside our goat pen, again to stay out of the rain, and I've got some visitors. Guys, we used just 2 leftover cattle panels from another project that we were doing. It literally cost us no money to build. We had all of these materials on hand, all of the T-posts that are used to hold this down, all of the cattle panels. You want to say hi, buddy? Hey. Anyway, all of the cattle panels, all of the tarps were something that we had used previously and had stashed away in the barn. We actually threw this whole pen together in about an hour. Literally cost us no money to build whatsoever. So guys, if you move on to your homestead and there are things in place that you're not quite happy with and you decide to tear that down, guys, don't get rid of that building material. Set it aside just like we did. And when we needed it, we had it. All right, I gotta get out of here. This guy is tearing my leg up with his horn. All right, next up, our chicken pen. All right, guys, as we're walking over to the chickens, I'm gonna throw up a picture of our old portable goat house. It was actually made from some of that barn wood that the pig house was built out of. It just ended up being way too heavy for us to move around. And so we sold it for a pretty good profit because we didn't have hardly any money in it. Some of that profit was actually used to start our rabbitry. Hey guys, standing in front of our portable chicken coop here. Now, if you clicked on this video and you're into the whole homesteading thing, more than likely you've checked out Justin Rhodes' channel. If you haven't, do yourself a favor and head on over there right now and check his channel out. Well, wait until the end of this video, of course, but then go check him out. He is a massive source of information, and I'm pretty thankful that I found his channel. Guys, we love this design because it's so easy to move around the yard. And again, sourced from reclaimed material. We had the barn tin laying around from an old project. We did have to go get 2x2s and a few 2x4s. We had the wheels that came off my daughter's old bicycle. And if I had to guess, guys, we've only got, I'd say maybe $20 in this whole thing. I modeled this one based on things that we already had. So I took the concept of a mobile chicken tractor and I just made it fit what we had on hand. And again, guys, there's some more of that old barn wood that was used both in the goat house and in the pig house. All right, next up on our tour of our infrastructure, the garden shed. My father-in-law had an old barn that was going to be tore down. His mother had died and they were auctioning off the farm, and I talked to the buyers of the farm and they said they were going to tear the old barn down. I could do whatever I wanted to in the 30 days before closing. So 30 days before closing, I tore as much of the old barn down as I could by myself. And this is one of the things I built with the old barn wood. The tin came from the barn. The windows in this shed actually came from the loft of the barn itself. I found them while I was going through stuff in the barn. And so this building, I actually had the roof panels given to me from a guy that I worked with at the time. So I literally have no money in this except for fasteners, screws, hinges, nails. And so if I had to guess, I would probably have less than $30 in this whole shed. And this shed is 8x8. Again, if you were to build this type of a shed using new material, it would be over $1,000. You could easily spend $1,000 building an 8x8 shed with brand new material. Do have the labor of taking that thing down, but I have a beautiful garden shed to show for it. And it only cost me 30 bucks. All right, guys, next up is our greenhouse. All right, I'm inside the greenhouse here. I actually made this table from leftover wood from an old project. So the only thing I have in this table are the screws itself. So I'm probably, and that's more of that old barn wood. That old barn wood that I use for both the goat house, the pig house, and part of the chicken coop so far is showing up again in the form of a greenhouse table. I got all of that wood for $50, guys. The house is 8x8. The thing is primarily built of old windows that I was able to get from a friend. She redone the windows in her house when she bought her house, and she actually had them stored in her mom's garage for like 5 years and asked me if I wanted them. I ran over there, I got all the windows. Total cost of this greenhouse, we had all of the wood to build this. This wood didn't cost us anything. Some of this wood was from large crates that I was able to source from work. Pallets, and we were able to frame it with that wood, put the windows in, and the only thing, this roof, I just now put this roof on. We had the greenhouse plastic thrown over it and stapled down. I only sprung and spent a little bit of money on the greenhouse because I could not find used clear roofing. I could not find it, guys. I've looked for a couple of years now on Craigslist. That stuff never comes up for sale. So I ended up dropping about $80 on the roof. But that is the only cost of this entire greenhouse. Next up is our raised garden bed. All right, guys, I'm outside the greenhouse now, right beside our raised garden bed. The raised garden bed itself is made of cedar slabs. A man that I work with actually bought his own lumber mill, and he had cut over 100 cedar logs and had made lumber for different clients. And I asked him one day at work, I said, hey, what do you do with those offcuts? What do you do with those half rounds and those slabs that you can't make boards out of? And he just said, well, I got them stacked up and I'm probably gonna burn them. Don't burn them. I was like, don't burn them. I'll take them. So I went, loaded up a whole trailer load of them, and I was able to make a raised bed for $0, guys. That entire raised bed cost me $0. And because I wasn't afraid to ask that one question, I got a free raised garden bed out of it. Guys, do not hesitate to ask people what they're doing with their scrap material. Next up is our mobile turkey tractor. Okay guys, this thing is pretty self-explanatory. Not gonna spend a lot of time on it. My camera battery is about to die. But anyway, again guys, that old barnwood keeps showing up. I tell you, you get a load of barnwood for 50 bucks and you use it on everything. We had the roof left over from the pig house build. We had some old wheels laying around. We actually had an old roll of chicken wire in the barn. Guys, this whole build was another freebie. And this is a 6x12 turkey tractor. We raised 6 bourbon red turkeys last year in it, moving it around to fresh pasture every day. And again, I got that piece of infrastructure that would have easily cost several $100s to build for free. All right, next up is our chicken brooder. All right, standing in front of the chicken brooder right now. This thing is made, again, 100% reclaimed material, and most of it was free. I think the only thing we had to buy, 1/4 inch 8x8 piece of plywood that is the base. Again, you notice the old barn wood keeps showing up. Guys, when you find lumber that is that cheap, you jump on it. It's all around our homestead. That one purchase, that one $50 purchase of barn wood is allowing us to build so many things for a fraction of the cost. So let's get back to this thing. Barn wood that we already had. We had the old tin laying around from the barn that I tore down. We had an old cattle panel that's used for the hoop from the old chicken coop that we tore apart. And we had the steel given to us. The roof for this thing was given to us. And so, man, if I had to guess, the only thing we have in this thing is screws and hinges. That's all we had to buy for this thing. The footprint of this thing is 4x8, and it's about 6 foot tall. And guys, you guys saw inside of it. It works great. It works great. It also houses our electric fence charger. Keeps it in and out of the rain for us. So, you know, another piece of our infrastructure that literally only cost us the screws that hold it together. We just keep our eyes open for deals, guys, and that's what you guys need to do. You guys need to keep your eyes open for this stuff. You need to be checking Craigslist. You need to be checking Facebook Marketplace. You need to be checking your local trash piles, guys. That's some taboo stuff right there probably for some of you guys. Guys, I am not too proud to stop by the edge of a road and pick up some stuff that I think we're gonna use. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I enjoyed making it. I have a passion for this, for like reclaiming things and giving new life to old things. I love doing it. Hope you guys learned a little bit. I hope I opened your all's eyes up to what can be done with free material. And if it's not free, it's really, really low cost building materials you can find on Craigslist. So guys, keep your eyes open. And until next time, we'll see you. All right, guys, I wanted to hop back on here real quick just to let you guys know you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Seed Time and Harvest Farm. So hop on over there to those social platforms. You can follow us along there as well. Guys, we would really appreciate it if you guys would like this video and subscribe and share it with your friends. See ya. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that up there. Okay, so today you're gonna get an MTV Crew. And I used that barn wood to construct this because I simply asked around. Hey, I knew a guy that had this lumber mill, and you saw inside of it. Guys, save some money.